It's a thing. It's a real thing.
What do you mean? Your face freezes?
Yeah. Your face freezes and everyone's just a little more to themselves and quick.
So we're the only hotel in the world that is partnered up with Meow Wolf. And so with that, we have a Meow Wolf experience. And then we have all these artists.
There's so much to do.
We gotta cut to commercial.
If you stay here one night, you have to be there for 7.
And that's what you
Get ready for hot takes and insight from local industry experts in real estate, business, and lifestyle. He used to play ball with the Padres. He played hockey for the Lobos. Now they're crushing it in the real estate game. Together, they'll showcase the best of the Duke City. This is All About You, ABQ.
Oh, that's right. It is All About You, ABQ. Now, the goal of the show is to highlight the best of our city's industry experts in real estate, culture, and lifestyle so that you walk away with some value and feeling inspired. Now, the way we like to do that is to answer the questions you may have or interview the guests you want to see. So we invite you to join the conversation. You can reach out on our social media up here or join our email list to get some timely tips about our community and real estate market. Hey, I'm Skip Adams, owner of Sold by Skip Real Estate Brokerage here in Albuquerque.
Grant Harvey, home loan expert.
Big smoking guy. You probably recognize Grant as the head coach of the University of New Mexico men's Lobo hockey team. Now he's absolutely crushing it in the cigarette game.
You can say that again. You can see Skip on HGTV's House Hunters, and he's part of the top 2% producing real estate agents in the city.
Here's why you're going to want to stay tuned. We're joined by Sara and Sharmin of Monet Spa and Hotel Zazz in Nob Hill. By the way, on the show, we always meet fun, interesting characters and business owners. And this is one business that I had no idea existed in town, and it's absolutely blowing my mind already.
When you told me about it, I was having a Nick fit, so I had to light up.
Try and stay focused here, dude. This is a big episode.
Yeah, okay.
But Grant, dude, good to see you, man. You're looking sharp today. Tell me about the cigarette. You always say it's not real, but it looks pretty real to me.
Well, this one is, and hell, I'm going to put this thing out because I'm living on the edge today. I didn't get much sleep. I'm kind of, have some anxiety. They say if you puff a couple heaters every 10 minutes, that you'll be right back in there.
Call them lung darts, right? Lung darts.
Yeah, for the heaters, yeah.
We had an interesting weekend. And so, throw back to one of our previous episodes, we found out that Albuquerque has professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And we had the roller derby girls on. We also had professional wrestling on. And so, to pay homage, we went and checked out some professional wrestling in downtown Albuquerque at the historic
We're starting
LA
to fall
Theater.
through with our promises. We're going to go on local.
And so we dressed the part and shot a little promo video to kind of give back to the community so you guys can experience what it's like going to pro wrestling here in Albuquerque. Mark, roll it.
Bill Cosby owes me a new pair of rollerblades.
Who's that guy?
I'd give my left nut to get my right nut back. I drink downfalls as a chaser. I have 9 kids in Thailand. If you don't like my ass, you can kiss my. Why don't you take a picture to last longer? You go f yourself. Every birthday is still a cop car. Oh, I'll kill you.
All right, there he was later.
Yeah, so it was a little mellow night downtown.
You look like Bill Murray.
No, but shout out Hobo Hank. Yeah, but this was wrestling, man. It was quite the event. A very nice production put on by Duke City Pro Wrestling, and really they honestly spared no expense. They used the El Rey Theater to the best of its ability. They had a full film crew, editing crew, and side note, I didn't tell you this. You and I were invited to be a part of it. Fred Slow, who's one of the owners, invited us to do some camera work. Be the guys in the crowd that interviews people in the crowd for, to hype up the wrestlers.
Am I allowed to smoke?
Yeah,
that's a deal ender right there.
That's a
free carton for every hour I work. I don't come cheap.
No, but here locally, let's switch gears a little bit. We always like to talk about things that are happening in Albuquerque, especially real estate industry. And an article came out that the number of real estate agents and brokers has dropped to its lowest point in more than a decade. And it's part of what experts are saying, a long-term shift amid changing national housing market.
I would believe that, right? I mean, there's only so many people that can facilitate business, and I believe for the longest time they were chopping. There were just some housewives. No offense to housewives, but just going, I'm just gonna I'll probably do a couple deals a year, and Skip can testify to this. It's expensive to sign up for something like that. You spend $4,800 to do one deal. Your husband comes in and says, I'm going to chop that. So there was a lot of leisure, cavalier type of real estate
Part-time
agents.
yeah.
Yeah, and they were like that in the mortgage industry too. It's just, it's really slow for mortgage brokers, and I'll tell you why. There's no refinance business. So if you're hanging on and just got in the business, I mean, I had a starvation period when I first got in. Remember that? It was like probably 3 or 4 months, and then you'd have deal every 2 months. And now, if you're going to come in a starvation period, I can't tell you when you're going to get fed now.
Yeah, it's a tough industry. Nationally, there were 524,000 brokers in 2021, down to 398,000 brokers in 2024. Now, Albuquerque typically has around 3,500 agents, with the average agent selling fewer than 8 homes a year. So
Tried to keep the lights on for that. Well, you know what? I had a lot of agents, I would listen to them, they would say, I can't wait for all the other agents to get out. Well, someone got out, and you may have been one of those agents that got out. If you're all waiting for each other, who can hold their breath the longest game? Some of you are going to suffocate. So what's left now?
that's it, man.
The 2,800?
Oh, yeah. No, there's roughly 3,500.
That's left right now.
Yeah, in Albuquerque.
Well, see ya.
Yeah.
Guys.
Well, last year historically was the fewest number of transactions that we've had in like over a decade.
I mean, I can attest for that too. And again, going back to that, I can probably have some self-deprecating humor in the fact that, like, look, even me, my business is down a little bit, and I have a huge, following and pipeline, and it is still hard for a guy like me. So hang in there, people, if you're still there. But even the people that are hitting home runs a couple years ago are now, I wouldn't say struggling, but the deals are far and few in between. So do your best on them and stay in the business if you can.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What else is new with you, man? What do you got? What's under your skin?
Oh yeah, politics could never go away, and they seem to keep popping their ugly head up in Facebook and Instagram. So let's do my kind of take on politics and the ugliness that can occur from having a political party affiliate that you can't break away from and use your own mind. That's a Grant's Rants. Let's tee it up. No, actually, that was a real cigarette. Okay, so I want to talk about people's sentiment about Teslas, and I'll give you a kind of a counterpoint. Teslas on the left was regarded as the best invention. We're going electric. They were a good car. Let me tell you guys something. They still are a good car. They're not trash. People have to separate their sentiment about, let's say, Elon and the product. And Teslas were one of the pioneers that made electric cars viable for many, and it's still a good model for the environment. I think a lot of people have a hard time giving someone credit or not tarnishing or trashing their product because someone left their political party, right? Because Elon used to be in the Democratic National Committee, big-time funder. He left to the right. Whatever your feelings are about that, don't be the ridiculous person that says, oh, those things are junk anyways, and it's probably confusing for the right who doesn't like electric cars. So now they got their main guy up there, peddling cars, and now he's in charge too. So Teslas are a good product. I don't want to hear that stuff. It's good for the environment. It's good for sustainability, and we're running out of natural resources like oil, so it's a good thing. Now I'll tell you something that the right did that kind of bugged me, but who cares? Eminem was had advocated for Camilla. And then you got people coming out of the woodworks. Oh, so he's washed up. He sucks anyways. And I'm like, the same very white 40-year-olds were jamming out to him 2 days before, he decided his affiliation or was promoting Camilla. So we have to really stop, villainizing person that, or separate their work from the person, and don't tell me that it lost merit overnight. Okay, that's my Grant's Rants.
Very ranty, very informative. Here's why you're going to want to stay tuned. We're joined by Sara and Sharmin of Monet Spa and Hotel Zazz in Nob Hill. And then obviously stay tuned to the end of the show. It's everybody's favorite, Skip's Tips.
Brought to you by Philip Morris.
It's all about you, ABQ. Welcome back to UABQ. I'm Skip Adams, owner of Sold by Skip Real Estate Brokerage here in Albuquerque.
Grant Harvey, home loan expert.
And we're joined in studio by Sara and Sharmin of Monet Spa and Hotel Zazz in Nob Hill. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
First of all, you guys look fabulous today.
Thank
and
you.
so
Thank you.
one of the things we were talking about earlier is just how fun it is to meet business owners in town, hear their story, and then just get our minds blown about things that exist here that how are we the last to know about your two businesses? And Sara, I want to start with you because you were born and raised in Albuquerque, right? Or I'm sorry, Rio Rancho.
Yes, I went to high school in Rio Rancho.
Yeah, and then you had an opportunity to head up to Seattle.
Yes, for a couple of years, I did. I went to school for engineering, got my first job out there, worked at the state, and yeah, I lived out there for a few years.
Engineering, what was it specifically?
Civil engineering, and I did transportation.
Yeah.
So, transportation design.
Nice.
Did you do, what do you think about our
Yeah, thank you
bus
for the
system?
art project. You did a great job on the art project. And then Sharmin, you're born and raised Albuquerque, La Cueva kid. I can tell with the glow about you, similar to me, you know.
Like-minded.
And then you also had a chance to move away. You were out in Phoenix doing a big job. Well, tell us about that.
Yeah, so I went to UNM and then I graduated undergrad and went to medical school and became a general surgeon in Arizona.
So a couple of chicks just absolutely crushing it with real jobs and then decided to, I mean, what the heck brought you back to Albuquerque,
Can you
Sara?
still do any freelance? I think my appendix is actually
Talk to me after the
I'm gonna
show.
lay on the table. It's down to business.
But Sara, so what brought you back to town? I mean,
Ooh, actually, we were out there when COVID hit. It was the first person that got COVID in the U.S. And I was just pregnant, and we were like, we got to get out of here and go home. We were pretty desperate to get back home.
well, that seems like a very common story. I had a very similar situation. I was out in San Diego, and I got pregnant. And
And
my
they
wife
gave me COVID.
and my wife and I decided to, head back to the desert where life is simpler. And it sounds like you maybe had a similar story.
Yeah, so right before COVID, I'm trying to get pregnant, so busy as a surgeon, and so I ended up getting pregnant, and I came here when I was 5 months pregnant, and I told my mom and dad, I was like, let's trade babies. And it was the perfect time because they needed to kind of become reclusive and not be around so much because COVID was their target demographic,
Oh,
so
totally.
a newborn baby and grandparents. So they retired into a home that they had built during my wedding, so yeah.
So, okay, I want to talk a little bit.
How long was your wedding? Dang. They built it
7
during your
days.
wedding? Oh, okay.
7
That's a
days.
fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to talk a little bit more about the two businesses that you have, and they're attached, but they're separate businesses. Hotel Zazz. I mean, we're looking at a lot of flair here on the
Some
table.
doodads.
But so I get the feeling that Hotel Zazz is a very bright and vibrant boutique hotel. Tell me more about what the heck is Hotel Zazz?
Yeah, Hotel Zazz, our mission and vision is to take something old and make it bold. So you see the vibrant colors, and Hotel Zazz was formerly built as a Travelodge Sleepy Bear in the 1950s.
That guy's a cute little guy, remember him?
Yeah. And so I grew up on Central, and my parents would drive up and down Route 66 like most people do in Albuquerque. And my mom admired the building, and when I was 8 years old, she was like, guess what? We bought the building, we're moving in.
That's
and
so crazy. I mean, because that's the cool thing that's so nostalgic about the old Route 66 is all the little travel lodges and motels. And,
Yep.
some of them were boarded up for a long time. Some of them, I think you can still get rooms by the hour. But I think it's great. So your family bought.
Yeah.
And what was the condition of the property when they bought it?
I'm
It was-
perfect. Like new.
Yeah.
It was built in 1950, so actually the structure of the building was really great. It was all concrete. But
Solid asbestos too. The pillars just
You like lead paint? Come this
wall
way.
to wall.
right? But the interiors, there was wear and tear, and then Nob Hill had its up and downs. And so during the lull period while I was in medical school and traveling the world, and boutique wasn't a coined term back then. It was renovated old properties, right? And so I knew we really had something. We're in Nob Hill. There's no hotel. There's tons of beautiful historic homes that are less than 1,000 square feet that wouldn't be able to accommodate an extra guest, so they definitely
swimming
need-
pool or
or
something
swimming
fun.
pool, exactly. And just kind of like an epicenter of community for that neighborhood. And so, like I said, I kind of retired off a little bit from practicing medicine and told my parents, let's trade babies. And here it's COVID and everyone's doing DIY, right? And sourdough bread. And so I went to the Home Depot and started renovating 1 or 2 rooms, and in hopes that we would open up again and I can kind of test it out, because this property was never on any of the third-party sites. It was always paper and pen, so nobody ever knew about it. You know, the location was just locally known.
Tell us about the location, because it's in probably the best location in town.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Nob Hill is the entertainment district of Albuquerque. You have James Beard winning restaurants, you have a Michelin star chef, you have
Michelin star. I found out about that a few years ago. There's
Yeah.
big requirements for that. And silverware, this has to be silver.
Yeah, it has to be actual
Nice.
silver.
Don't
Yep.
be pocketing any of that stuff. I can tell you which one it is. Right.
Yeah, and there's tons to do. I mean, it's closest to the university.
But
so
it's
you
on,
have,
so say it again, so it's on Central
it's on
and
Central,
Carlisle, roughly.
and the 2 major cross streets are Central and Carlisle. It's right across that famous brunch breakfast place, the Pharmacy, spelled with an F, play on farm. And it's just a great East Nob Hill. So Nob Hill is broken into 2 parts,
You know what?
East
I
and
didn't
West.
realize there really isn't any lodging in Nob Hill per se. You kind of think like it is, but it's up a way, right? You get past San Mateo, but it is not in the heart of. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
What
old
a
travel
vacancy.
lodges.
Yeah.
But so it's not just an old travel lodge. You also have some commercial space. Let's talk about Monet Spa, Sarah. What the heck is Monet Spa?
So Monet Spa is located in Hotel Zazz. So we're upstairs. I always tell my clients through the yellow door. There's no yellow doors but my yellow door. So we're a full service spa. We have massage, facials, and we have something called the spa room, which includes a hot tub and sauna. Another big thing we also do is the reception area does have gifts that are locally made and owned by women and made here in New Mexico that we sell. And so that's a really big.
Well, I think that's great to touch on, because a couple of women business owners, you know, completely pivoting from previous lives to come back to Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Tell me about March. March is.
Yeah, March is Women's History Month.
Yes.
And March also hosts the International Women's Day. And so we are a woman-owned, mother-daughter ran, women business-owned locally. And so to help promote other women-owned businesses. So some of the products that she has is mostly women. And even on the Hotel Zazz side, we have 48 art installations, and majority of them are women of color, or mother-daughter teams, including a locally made soap that we put in the rooms by a Laguna Pueblo mother and daughter team. And they're New Mexico True certified as well. And so it's great to give them that platform, because the guests use the soaps and then they want to buy it, and then we have them for them. And we put all our artists on our website so we can promote that. And March is actually also Monet's anniversary. So they've been with us for now 2 years, 2.5 years, or 2 years, yeah, 2 years. And yeah, so we're just kind of doing a whole bunch of celebrations, and then springtime, and the pool's going to be open, and pool.
Well, I'm excited to talk about the pool, because Grant is a big pool party guy. He's been escorted out of more pool parties than you've ever been to.
Very nice.
No, but escort's head.
Yeah, he's been hired.
That's my other job too. You know, I used to be an escort. Now I'm in here.
Now I'm an S Corp. So when it comes to pool parties, you have a big. I mean, this is going to be the summer. We're going to have some live music.
Yep. So Hotel Zazz actually got its launch because of the pool parties and such. It was a real great target for community space.
Oh, look at that. That is going to be a nice
So I
place
feel
to
like we're
get
in
kicked out
Palm
of.
Springs. Yeah. Look
Yeah.
at all those things you can jump off.
Yeah,
Right?
and so we get like that's Feliz Los Gatos during Summerfest, and
Summerfest.
yeah, and so we have pool parties. I like to say more like aquatic adventures for insurance purposes. But we're starting this summer copacetic cool down. So every Sunday there'll be a live local band. So think of Bands of Enchantment merging with Hotel Zazz's pool.
Yeah. Okay, you're talking to me.
Keep going.
Yeah, and so this helps promote local bands, and as well as their friends that are traveling bands around the country, and gives them a platform to launch any kind of new songs or any of their new music.
Well, you seem to be the queen of networking and launching and helping other brands grow. So we appreciate that, and it's exciting to
you
have.
guys.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I love
I
what
mean,
you guys are doing.
Well, it's a small town here. I mean, the
Yeah.
goal is to help everybody grow and empower and kind of put Albuquerque on the map. We're one of
Yeah.
the last discovered cities in the Southwest. So I think that's great. But Sarah, I want to touch more on Monet Spa.
Yes, let's do it.
Because talk about what was the transition like, becoming like from an engineer to all of a sudden working with people and being hands-on?
So it's actually the opposite. I started out in aesthetics. I got introduced into aesthetics young, and when I was 19, I went to school, and I was going to C&M, and I was doing aesthetics school, and then I worked at a medical spa for, I don't know, like 7 years. That's where Sharmin and I met. The doctor would always go in there and tell us to zip it because we would be so loud.
No, not you two.
Can you tell? You just come off of your energy too.
The clientele is absolutely amazing here in Albuquerque. I did actually work in aesthetics in Seattle too. It was completely different and it scared me. It made me really think about what I want to do, and I decided, I lived in Seattle twice. Once I worked out there at a high-end spa and salon, and that kind of scared me to really think about what I want to do, and I decided to come back to New Mexico to do my engineering degree at UNM.
Okay, you said scared. What Skip used to sell Mary Kay and drive that pink Cadillac. That used to scare me.
Yeah,
but what was scaring you that you said something scared you in the industry?
The people, the clientele. I'm telling you, like, it's a different type of clientele. Here in New Mexico, everyone's just so gentle and kind and humble, and just like, I don't know, you can connect a lot quicker with them. And I think it was just a little more, I don't know, they call it the Seattle freeze. It's a thing, it's a real thing.
What do you mean, your face freezes?
Yeah.
Your face freezes and everyone's just a little more to themselves and quick. They're just in and out. They don't want to be having small talk.
Yeah, it's more of a bigger city, and I feel
Yeah.
like Albuquerque is more embracing and more of that small town feel.
Yes, and so, yeah, I came back here and I hustled and I got my engineering degree, and I am very proud of that because it was not easy.
Absolutely.
And guess what? Anytime I want, I can go back into engineering. Sorry, that was
No, that's great. We want to learn all about
I
you.
think there's always a platform or basis upon something you believe in yourself, and you go, if I can do that, right? And I think sometimes people would kind of trash school, but really you've proven to yourself you can stick to something, see it all the way through, finish it, right?
That's
Absolutely.
exactly. I would never ever have confidence to open up a business if I didn't accomplish that first.
Yeah.
It really was like such a thing.
So being that you guys are teaming up and have the same goal in mind, what's your big promotion? What's your outlet? How do people find out about you?
Yeah. So hotelzazz.com or monetspa.com. All the local businesses that are in Hotel Zazz are connected to the Hotel Zazz website, so you could actually book Crown the Queen package, which we're promoting for March for Women's History Month. So in that package, you get to stay at Hotel Zazz, and then you get a facial kit made by K&K Beauty, correct?
Actually, that one's Cervello.
Cervello.
So, yes.
Okay. Cervello Beauty, and you get to do your own facial, and you also get to drink a cocktail at our hidden speakeasy. The fun fact about that is,
Stuff like that. Please tell us.
yeah,
Otherwise
you
it
tap the
stays
golden
hidden.
banana. You tap the golden banana on the tip 3 times.
Mark, do you have a video of that? Is it on the Instagram?
It should be, yeah. I mean, you should be able to
So
find
you tap the golden banana,
it. You tap the golden banana 3 times on the tip, and it.
and you get a
Yeah,
facial.
Skip's been to jail for that. Come on, man.
That's the most phallic thing on the whole property. Other than that, it's all whimsical.
Can you
and
put
charming.
more?
Yeah.
People are really gonna
And
go.
it opens up this
interested.
hidden wall that you would never expect, right? You had seen that, and it takes you and transports you to nostalgia, which is a retro's 1970s vinyl Southwest living room grandma lounge. Yeah.
That's a lot. I
Yeah.
feel like your whole environment has so many layers. And when
A lot of descriptors, eh?
More is more. More is better.
more is better. But Hotel Zazz, I mean, that's just got a ringy name. So talk a little bit about this book and where the hell did Hotel Zazz come from?
Absolutely. Thanks for bringing that up. So fun fact is Hotel Zazz, the name is actually originated because of my daughter. So we're in COVID towards the end. I'm on a Zoom call with the branding team, and she's at my hip on a Zoom call. And I'm telling the branding team that, hey, we need to come up with a name that only has 4 letters, starts with XYZ, because this neighborhood, Nob Hill, is so vibrant, so eclectic, it's so local, and it's really, truly the heart of entertainment of Albuquerque, and we just need to bring it more pizzazz. This 18-month-old is learning how to talk.
Oh.
She turns to me and she's like, Daz, what that? And I was like, that's it. Zazz is the name of your hotel. So we just went forward with that a little bit more because she was my North Star now. So I asked her if Zazz was an animal, what would it be? What do you think she said?
Zebra.
Raffy.
Duckbill platypus.
Maybe for the next one. But she said Raffy, giraffe. And so I said, what is Raffy's favorite snack? What do you think it would be?
Bananas.
Nana, because she was obsessed with avocado and banana mushta. And so that whole thing created the essence of Hotel Zazz. So our marketing team was like, how do we put that on the website, right? Like, write it down. So I'm putting it in my notes in the iPhone, and I send it to my asset manager, Alan, and he reads it, and he's like, this needs to be a book. And so the book has a more meaning, because every time you buy the book, you get automatically inducted to the R&R Club, Ruzi and Raffy Club, R&R. Get it? It's like, yeah, thanks.
There's just so many subsidiaries in there.
Yeah, it is. And when you purchase it, you get 15% off of anything at Hotel Zazz, including the rooms. But it also then goes to the fund to educate women into hospitality. So we're actually, this year will be our first year where we're educating our AGM at Stanford for a course on hospitality and management. And so it's really empowering to see like the subsidiaries being able to promote education, because that's what we really believe in too, within hospitality, and bring women of color into a space that wouldn't have been easily acquired.
Well, you got a lot of avenues that point back to you, and so I hope you're able to actually find those separate opportunities, and maybe find out there's a canoe club. Oh, you just, first 10 guys who bought the book, there's a canoe club that actually meets at Rio Grande tonight at 8.
So when are you
Be there.
starting that?
So
at
you have so much
Zealand.
information to get out, so what do you think, like, for us, we haven't heard of it, right? And we're not the end-all be-all stuff. There's got to be a lot of guys like us, or people,
Yeah.
right, that haven't heard of it. What do you do, and what do you think now is the next corner to put it out there? How are you going to scream from the mountaintops? Look at that.
So a lot of it is based on collaboration. So we're the only hotel in the world that has partnered up with Meow Wolf. And so with that, we have a Meow Wolf experience. And then we have all these artists.
There's so much to do.
We gotta cut to
If you
commercial.
stay there one night, you have to be there for 7.
And that's what usually happens.
You can't
People
leave.
usually just travel the Route 66 and
They
they
just
end
sell
up
their
staying
house.
one night.
Putting
We
my
had
2
this
weeks, I'm moving to
very-
Zazz.
we have a lot of famous A-listers, but we had this one particular A-lister that came from Nashville, and everything was sold out. We had like one room left because we keep some out of order on purpose. And he came in and he was so surprised about the speakeasy, like everybody loves the speakeasy, that he ended up extending for 3 more nights because he wanted to enjoy dive-in movies with Netflix on Fridays. He wanted to enjoy the music. He wanted to enjoy everything else and the spa and stuff. So it's really nice to see that once they come there, they're sold. And he's actually one of our biggest promoters and always recommends the musicians
There
of
you go.
Nashville to come hang out with us and stay with us longer.
It's good to have that little niche in it. You know, I think the Santa Fe market kind of has that. That's what you're kind of speaking to, in the fact that like sometimes like Geronimo's doesn't ever have to advertise because
Yeah.
they're doing their thing. And so hopefully you get to that point where you have people promoting your business that you don't, well,
Yeah.
not say you don't know about, but it's cool to have that buzz and then kind of have this like cool niche. You're like, oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
Kevin Costner likes this place.
Yeah.
If he needs anyone to help him get thrown out of a pool party, you should have my number.
Yeah.
Who there
you
wants
should
to get
definitely
thrown out?
go.
This place is so sick. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for your viewers and everything, like we have a special discount set up, which
Oh.
is 15% off of all the rooms.
Discount
throughout the
code?
season.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
just going to
UABQ?
book all
Yeah,
the way
it's
through June.
UABQ.
I'll let you know if it can come.
It's UABQ, and
You
it
guys
actually,
heard it here first.
Wow.
yeah.
Love this. This is so great. I love collaborating with you. So all I want to say is congratulations on your business venture.
Thank
It
you.
sounds like you have all the avenues covered.
Very capable women here. It was very nice to find out about them when you need a degree.
I took plenty of notes, so
Yeah.
if anyone needs anything. Great. So awesome. Anything else you guys want to promote? Now's your chance. Sarah?
Yeah.
So let's start with Sara, Monet Spa.
Yes.
The floor is yours.
So our spa packages are something that that we have at, oh my God, at Monet Spa.
You're fine. Keep going.
So if you are staying at Hotel Zazz, you do get 25% off your services, and then take advantage of our spa packages. The spa packages are really just everything, because it includes the hot tub, the sauna, charcuterie, wine, and your services. And in the summer, it will also include the pool time too.
Skip loves charcuterie.
Big charcuterie guy. This guy loves meat in the mouth. Let's move on a little bit. First of all, again, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your afternoon to come and spread word about Hotel Zazz and Monet's. So we're excited to have you here. We'll have links to all your websites and everything else.
Yes.
Anything else you wanted to touch on?
Yeah, I mean, support locals, support women. Come stay at Hotel Zazz. Come get a massage at Monet's. Enjoy the swim club. Come, bring your friends and imbibe in the lounge. Tap that golden banana, and just support local. Albuquerque is really phenomenal, and we hear it on a day-to-day basis from tourists and from people moving here. So everything that you guys are doing is well worth it, and thank you for all your time and dedication to Albuquerque.
It is worth it.
I know. I've always thought it was worth it.
Yeah,
This is
we'll
great.
do it. We'll keep going. We're not ending the season now.
Sarah and Sharmin, thank you guys again
Yes,
for
thank
showing up.
you.
Coming up next, here's why you're going to want to stay tuned. It's everybody's favorite Skips
whoa.
Tips.
Oh, yeah.
This is all about you, ABQ.
Welcome back. Sara and Sharmin, thanks for stopping by. What an interesting place you have there. Skip and I are going to spend about a week there getting about 1 hour done of filming, but we're headed your way. Beach Party, segment 3, Skip's Tips.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, it is. Skips Tips, anything that saves us time, makes us more money, allows us to have more fun in real estate or in real life. So if you're shopping for homes, here's 3 tips that I can give you to help you find properties in a challenging market. Number 1 is, of course, search for homes with high days on market. Reason being, when the new listings hit, that's where all the buyers flock. Homes that are sitting on the market a little bit longer will have sellers interested in offering better terms and a lower price. Next, winter is where the deals are. Search for homes in the off season. You're going to have fewer buyer competition, because think about it like this. As soon as spring hits, a whole new batch of buyers are going to enter the market and start driving up those prices. Next, find a home with a separate entrance. That will allow you to do what's called house hacking. If you have an opportunity to rent out one of those extra rooms with its own entrance, that rental income will help offset your monthly mortgage costs. And I encourage you again to follow along for more Skips Tips and market insights. And oh yeah, share this with a friend and tell them Skip said so.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this is going to ruin the camera equipment, but I don't care. I'm at my wit's end high. I'm up to here in tobacco.
Every Wednesday night, Sunday morning on the Education Channel, worldwide on YouTube and Spotify. This is all about you, ABQ.
I can't stand to sit down. Get it?
You're watching You, ABQ.